Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Brain Scratch Commentary's playthrough.
Not the same thing as the Super Nintendo load up.
No.
Loo.
It's Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation 1.
Yay!
Yay!
What are you yelling for? You've never played this.
Yeah, well, I like Castlevania.
And now he will experience the awesomeness that is my favorite Castlevania game of all time.
What does the help me code do in this game? Because I know in
Nothing.
other games it gives nothing, really.
In Castlevania 3, it gives you 10 extra lives, and that's it. I'm just using it as a throwback. Fuck you, don't judge me.
Okay.
Actually, someone also mentioned that in the comments. I was like, no, Johnny, you're not going to get 10 extra lives. So we did Castlevania Rondo of Blood earlier, last year actually. Has it been a year already?
I don't know.
I don't remember. Anyway. So we're no longer on the TurboGrafx PC Engine add-on. Now we're in full-fledged PlayStation 1, so we get CD quality cutscenes as well as CD quality music. It's one of my favorite Castlevania soundtracks of all time.
Really bad-looking castle.
Really horribly rendered castle here.
Look at that one part near the top. That thing's like, with that one tiny little stick supporting it. Architecture 101. That wouldn't work. It would fall off during the Battle of Dracula.
Video
over.
game.
This castle is a creature of chaos. It may take many incarnations.
And defy physics altogether. Yeah. How loading.
Yeah, it's it's a CD-based game. This game does have load times. They're not too bad though. Final stage, Bloodlines.
What? We're done with the game already.
Genesis?
Hi, Richter.
It has nothing to do with the Genesis game. Actually, that title screen is actually a mistranslation. It's not supposed to say Bloodlines. It's supposed to say Rondo of Blood.
Yeah.
You know, because
It
it's
just
based off.
happened.
Yeah, they fucked up the
Hey,
translation.
monster. You don't belong in this world.
You're seriously gonna mimic the voice acting.
It is
Man,
not
get
by
out.
my hand that I was getting
Get even flesh.
You guys are so fucking young and nerdy.
Humans who wish to give me tribute.
Dude. Human souls.
There are fucking subtitles on the screen, and there's already voice actors
Said
reenacting
of
the lines.
all religions.
So, that is your soul.
Mankind
And ill needs a savior such as you.
What is
A
a
man.
What is a man?
Plastic.
miserable little pile
A miserable
of
little
secrets.
pile of
But
secrets.
enough talk.
But enough
How
talk.
about you?
You guys have never played Symphony of the Night before, have you?
I have. I just love quoting it. Fuck you, Dracula.
Hydro Store for the motherfucking win.
Tiger
Cheater.
uppercut.
Now, if you do it without using any hearts and you do it fast enough, you can get the best stats
You get the
later.
best stats for Alucard, yes.
If you beat the game, you can also play as Richter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you're playing the Japanese Saturn version, you get to play as a
Jap-
good guy.
yeah, Japanese Saturn version, you can play as Richter or Maria right off the bat.
Does that affect the story any way, or do you,
You just don't
go
get
through the-
cutscenes, really.
No, there's no cutscene, there's no story whatsoever. It's Castlevania, it's purest form.
So does Richter fight Richter?
No.
Oh.
It was
Uh-huh.
Richter Belmont, the legendary vampire hunter, who succeeded in finally ending the menace of Count Dracula, Lord of the Vampires who had been brought back by the grave, by the Dark Priest shaft.
Damn right.
However, one night, four years later, under the glare of the full moon, Richter mysteriously vanished. With no fucking idea of where to begin her search, Maria Renard set out to look for him. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevania, the Castle of Dracula, which is rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized from out of the mist, as if it to show her the way. Meanwhile, in the other game, a powerful person was struggling for the soul of a man named Alucard. The very same Alucard who had teamed up with Trevor Belmont to battle his immortal father, Count Vat... Fuck it, you read the rest of this.
Count Vlad Tepes Dracula. Alucard, in order to purge the world of his own cursed bloodline.
You can't do it either. Ted, take over.
Blah, blah, blah.
But now he is awake and aware of the evil once again at work in his homeland. The time has once again come for the forces of good and evil to engage in their ancient battle. Dracula's castle beckons for you, and no man can say who shall emerge victorious.
Another-
God damn it, I'm better than both of you. What now?
TLDR, Dracula's back. Go kill.
Well, it's actually the script in the Japanese version is actually there is actually a narrator reading it for you. in the Japanese version, and the script is also a little more Englishy, if that's even a word.
Why did they write it in English for the Japanese version?
I have no idea.
Dad, what does this say? I don't know, son. I can't read English.
I'm trying real hard to read this intro, but it's in English. Why can't you run this fast in the game?
No, he cannot run this fucking fast in the game. The only thing that comes remotely fast is that is his wolf form.
If that were a realistic shot, you'd just be backdashing the entire way. So that doesn't look nearly as epic.
Speedrunning tip, backdash everywhere.
Yeah. Or if you're like a really hardcore speedrunner, you can mash the dash and the shield button at the same time to do an even faster backdash. It looks fucking ridiculous though, so I wouldn't recommend doing it all the time.
Level up.
Hey, Metroidvania.
You don't know where to go.
Technically not the first game to do it. Simon's Quest did it first.
But no one likes Simon's Quest.
Nobody likes Simon's Quest. So.
At least this game's structured better than Simon's Quest.
A horrible night for a curse. And yeah, stand here and spam the merman for an easy level up.
Well, like, for an easy 2 level ups, and then after that I just proceed to continue on with the rest of the game. But yeah, you may be wondering, just why the hell is Alucard one-shotting just about everything he's touching?
We'll see. Oh, hi, Death. Didn't I kill you already?
Like 3 times.
More if you kill with all the other Belmonts.
I've come to put an end to this.
I admit I do at least like Alucard's voice actor in this game.
Yeah, I would say that Alucard to me is the best voice actor in this game. Like, even comparing to the redone voices in the PSP version, I still like Alucard's voice the most compared to his very, very younger sounding voice actor in the PSP version.
I heard it was possible to keep your equipment here. Is that true or not?
Only, when you beat the game, you can start a new file with the replay status on it, and you can enter your name as this really weird set of letters. In the original Rondo of Blood, you can do a level select code by naming your file name as like X-X, like quote QV, something like that. If you name Alucard that on your replay data, you'll be in luck mode, which is considered the hard mode of the game because Alucard stats are really fucking piss poor, but your luck is maxed out. So you can get rare drops to, you know...
Christogrim first try.
Yeah, exactly. But, like I mentioned, like, since Alucard's stats are real piss poor, if you de-equip all of Alucard's equipment before encountering death and you run into one of the wolves, the wargs, Alucard will be sent fucking flying throughout the room so fast and so far that he'll actually bypass the room with death. which skips the cutscene and allows Alucard to keep his equipment. Much easier to do in the PSP version, because in the PSP version, if you hold down triangle, which is the dash button, right as you enter the room with death, Alucard will backdash into the room before it, skipping the cutscene, allowing Alucard to keep his equipment.
Yay!
I love all the songs in this game. Some get a bit repetitive though, but...
Well, a lot of it is like Mario World. Actually, it's mostly variations of one theme. But like Mario World, I think it works incredibly well. The only downside with the soundtrack I have is, you know, in the second half of the game, where they think it's a good idea is the one musical piece for like 6 areas. And I really fucking hate that. I don't understand why they did that. And yes, I am trying to manipulate the red skeleton here to ride the elevator to get the Bachelor sword early.
'Tis not working, Johnny.
No, 'tis not working. 'Tis wasting time, actually. Because I never actually end up using the sword anyway. Because to me, like, the best weapon you have in this point in the game...
in the game.
The Chrysogrim, my god.
You wouldn't have to try for the entire game.
I thought you were going to say entire game, but no. Never mind, go on.
No. The best weapon you have, actually, you know, assuming you don't mind getting really close to your enemies, is your fists. You see, what if you're really close to your enemies when you're using your fists? Alucard, your fist count as 2 attacks. So if you keep mashing the attack button at point blank range, Alucard will do a lot of fucking damage really quick.
Like you're doing right now.
Yeah, you see, my animation only showed 2 punches, but it acted as 4 attacks.
Yay, secret area.
Yeah, I'm showing off just about every single secret area in this game because I do want to get the best. No, that's a fucking lie. I'm not getting the best ending. It's really not much of a big deal, to be honest.
Don't you have to cover the entire map to get the best ending?
No, you just have to cover enough of it.
You have to cover enough of it, which might as well be all of it, considering the percentage you need to get. But the ending, the differences between the endings are so minuscule. It's really not that big of a deal.
Resist thunder.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about all the resistance spells, items, status effects in this game, because really... And you know what? I actually think the Angry Video Game Nerd put it best during his review. Like, there's so many variables in this game that, you know, there's so many options, so many things you can equip to help
Change
you...
everything.
Yeah, to deal with, you know, your surroundings, stuff like that. At the same time, though, it's like a double-edged sword, because there's so many ways to defend yourself against something, or, you know, to prepare yourself for it. The game is really easy. You know, the only time you have a hard time is at the beginning of the game. Here, actually, like once you get like your first, you know, really useful sword, you know, a really good a piece of armor, the game becomes pretty damn easy.
Well, that's how most Metroidvanias tend to work. Once you get the good power-ups, the game becomes...
But this one is the most guilty for doing it a little too early.
Well,
I can forgive it a little bit because it's the first time they really did this.
Well, yeah, other than the Metroid, it's just the way that the games are structured, these types of games are structured in that you have to travel around the whole entire world. No one section can be too hard, because you're going to be traveling through it a whole bunch. So I can get where that would come from.
Hey, it's
Somewhat.
a boss.
Boss time. Now we have Slogra and Gaibin, which were bosses in Super Castlevania 4.
Fuck you, I can punch you.
What is this whip shit? My fists are enough.
Wait, we didn't need this magical vampire hunting whip the whole time? God damn it.
The fuckers lied to us. I lost my wife for nothing. And yes, that is probably the only Lament of Innocence reference I will be bringing into this playthrough. Yeah, but they're like that boss actually is a perfect example of what I mean. Like, your fists are your best option early in this game, and it's only going to get even better when I get the jewel knuckles later on.
Yay.
So I see in traditional Castlevania fashion, Alucard flies back 15 feet whenever he gets hit. Do they carry that over into the GBA and DS games too?
Yes.
Well,
most of them. Honestly, I think in the later GBA and the DS titles, it depends on how strong you are. Because I'm trying to recollect like my playthroughs in Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, and Order of Ecclesia, and I don't remember being launched back as far as Alucard does in this game. I think actually like Jonathan just flinches in place like a Belmont. But it's a little blurry though, to be honest. Like the moment I think of Order of Ecclesia, I think of mutilating that giant enemy crab, which is really fucking satisfying. But yeah, see you next part.